Hi friends, it's Star Thrifter, and I have a thrift haul to share with you today. I got a few pieces and I thought you might find it interesting. I know that I have learned the most by watching the other resellers with their thrift hauls and what sold videos, and it's really important to look up your own comps even when you watch the videos. But I just learned a lot as far as brand and style, and a lot of that makes a difference. It's not just always the brand, it can be the size, it can be the style. But anyhow, those are just some things to consider. We'll get right on to it. If you'd like, you can subscribe. I got a lot of other videos up. Also one on if you want to learn how to bulk edit your first class to the ground advantage. I have a video on that, and I have other videos up on eBay tips and Poshmark tips, things like that, Poshmark jail, and some of the what sold and other thrift videos. This first item, this usually is a pretty nice brand. I haven't priced it lately. I don't know what I'll be listing it for, but it's Marine Layer. Now, this is just a really average raglan. Raglan sleeve means this. I call them baseball sleeves because that's what it reminds me of, is the baseball shirts. Especially if you're a little older and you remember like I think it was the 80s, it was really popular. But anyhow, this is a pretty nice brand, and I'll have to look up comps. This is a men's, and last night I picked up quite a few pieces of cashmere pieces, and I'll be doing a thrift haul video on that too. And if you'd like, you can push the little bell button when you subscribe, and then you get notifications when I upload new videos. This is Camille, I think I don't know exactly how it's pronounced. It's Camille, but this is a cashmere piece. And this is really bright colors. You don't always find that, with the cashmere. This brand is not no spectacular brand, but it's the fact that it's cashmere. I probably wouldn't pick up any other pieces of this brand. I don't, but yeah, it's 100% cashmere. But with it being that in all these beautiful bright colors, this is a very nice sweater. And this, I don't know what this is. Is this a Lululemon? I think this is a Lululemon. It looks like Lululemon. It is, and I paid a little bit more for this too. Where is the thingy? Oh, there it is. I think this has to be a women's. This is a very different Lululemon piece. It's got like this quilted stuff on the sleeves. I'll have to try to do comps, and since there isn't any, if the size tag and material tag has been ripped out, you got to try to figure out the style. What I do is I take a picture of it, then I use my Google Lens, or on my camera it has like a little square box that you can push, and it will look for things that look like it, and sometimes you can find it that way, or you can maybe check otherwise. But anyways, that's the Lululemon, and Lululemon has really slowed down, especially the t-shirts and the tank tops. 15-20 bucks, and they've been sitting, but some of the other pieces sell very nicely. This also has the elbow pad. If you find any of the pants, the Lululemon like women pants, and they're more of a straight leg, and they might feel more like maybe a nylon, but they're a straight leg. I think they're like a nylon. They're called like the Dance Studio. Those are selling really great right now, like $40-$50. But some of the other stuff and the leggings, do comps before you pay a lot, but they'll still, probably sell. This is another, I didn't realize I had a few cashmere pieces with this bag too, because I got a bunch last night. This is a Land's End, and it's 100% cashmere. I pick up very few pieces of Land's End. Very. But this is a 100% cashmere. This is a beautiful sweater. Sometimes some cashmere is softer than others. This is kind of seems softer than the last one, but anyways, this will be a nice sweater to list. With it being a large, this has to be a woman's. I'll have to do comps on most of these. I pay $1 for a lot of stuff that I pick up at the thrift store, but on the nicer brands and some of the quicker sell-through rate, if some of the days that I thrift, I get different discounts. On Wednesdays is 25 at one place. On Tuesdays, their clothing are $2, except for the purple tags, and they usually have one tag that goes to 50 cents. But on Friday at the one, if you buy one of their blue bags, then anything you can fit in that blue bag, you can get 50% off. And that's how I get a lot of these too. Some of them I pay full price. This is a nice piece. This is a Talbot's, and I think it's a 14. It's a little bit larger. I need to get this listed right away. It's got a print on it. It's very beautiful. This is a very pretty dress. Talbot's really slowing up on what I pick up. Only going to pick up, you know, maybe the plus size, and if it's something very spectacular. This is not exactly plus size because it's a 14, but it is a little bit larger, you know, than obviously than like a 4 or something like that. And I think that this will sell. I think their dresses, you know, some of them are worth listing, but gonna slow up. I think the market's really oversaturated with that, and Chico's too. I know last year some of the other resellers said that Chico's and Talbot's was you know, trending. I had a really hard time moving both brands. I think it's particular pieces, and that's what you got to really watch out for. You know, that's another, you know, thing there is you got to find out, is it a certain brand, certain sizes, things like that. Some people do really great selling soft surroundings. I have a hard time moving that brand. Write in the comments how you do. It used to be, I think, a quicker, you know, selling item, and it used to sell for more. However, the bigger sizes, and I've heard some of the other resellers mention it more lately, you know, maybe the plus sizes and things like that. Not that it doesn't sell, I'm just saying how it's been for me, and I have to sell it cheaper. You know, where it used to be maybe $25, $30, now it might be 15, 20. You know, I don't know. But anyhow, this is Alice and Olivia, and I have a hard time with this brand. These pieces do not move fast. However, it's still a designer brand, and I have a hard time passing it up. This is Alice and Olivia, and this is actually a really cute little. What is this? It's a really short dress. I better get that listed right away too. And anyways, it's got. It might be silk. Trying to find the thing here. No, I think it's polyester. Anyhow, I have to do comps on that. I have a hard time with this brand. But I have a hard time passing it up, like I said, because it is, you know, a nicer brand. Elaine Fisher. This is another brand that doesn't sell very quickly for me, but I usually pick up all the pieces, and I know for some people they, you know, sell it quite quickly. And this is a, I think it's a bigger, oh, it's a small, but I think it's a linen blend, and it's an open front cardigan. And same thing. Seems like I used to sell it for more, and it used to sell quicker. Oh, okay, the tag's there. I thought they removed the tag. It's very nice. It feels like linen. I didn't bring my glasses. I think it says, and I could be wrong, organic linen and organic cotton and nylon and rayon. But this is a little bit, it's a very nice cardigan. And I have to do comps. It's got quite a bit of weight to it. This is, I picked this up because I've heard other people mention this brand. And I used to pick this up a long time ago. And it's Hilo Haiti. And this is just like a long sleeve button shirt. But it's, you know, more of your Hawaiian tropical. But this is the brand. I have to do comps because I heard someone else mention it. This I must have got for, I don't know if I got that for $1 or not. But that brand I hadn't picked up for a really long time. And sometimes on Fridays when I'm picking up a lot of inventory and usually doing like the color tag, the dollar, you know, price stuff, a lot of times I don't take time to look up the comps, and I should. And you really should, you know, on more stuff. But if they're, especially if they're only $1 or really cheap, then I pick them up. But sometimes I just get lazy and don't look up some of the stuff I pay half up, you know, or full price if I know it's a nice brand. And I really should be more diligent on that. This is another Talbot's, but it's to a size 14, and it's really a cute polka dot. Polka dot is something that stays pretty trending most of the time. Polka dot and paisley. Now this might be cotton, but it feels really nice, the material. It is 100% cotton. Forget this listed right away. Anyhow, it's just a cute little, you know, Talbot's dress. And like I said, on some of the pieces I'll still pick up. That one, I don't know, I can't remember what color the tag was. I think it might have been orange if I got that for $1 or not. I don't remember. But being a 14, that's a, you know, a little bit bigger. These are Coldwater Creek, and the reason I got these, they're an extra large. Coldwater Creek in the plus size clothing can sell. Doesn't sell super fast or a ton of money, but it does sell. But these were really nice. They're just like a pull-on. I thought I'd take a chance with these. They're just like a pull-on straight leg pant. These might be linen. I really should have brought my glasses. It looks like it says 25% silk linen. That's a nice combination. I have to give those a try. There's always exceptions to the rule. You know, Coldwater Creek, I don't pick that up in the smaller sizes, but this being an extra large in a silk linen, these are really a nice pair of pants. They might not sell super quickly, but I gotta have enough inventory to list. You know, I was trying to, I wanted to get to at least minimum 20 a day, but it's been like 15 or below that lately. Because I'm starting to pick up more things that has a quicker sell-through rate or sells for more and eliminating some of the other brands. Unless you have a ton of space and you can list a lot per day, sometimes you have to do that. But it's all on your own business model. This is an Athleta and it's a small, and I have a couple dresses listed right now. They're really cute. They're not real fast movers. However, this was a very nice dress. Hopefully, it'll be a newer style. Athleta usually always has a style number, and you can Google that and look it up. All you do is go to Google. This took me a real long time. I have no idea how come. I had a hard time when I would try to Google it to find it when people had mentioned doing this. What you do is you go to Google and you type in Athleta, then space, then whatever the numbers or letters are. And then, you click search and it's going to bring up, maybe a lot of, like it'll bring up all, like on your Google, there'll be like all and then images and maps and things across the top. I usually click on images next, and then it'll bring up things that look like it. Now you got to watch it because sometimes it'll bring up stuff that looks like it, but it's not it, and it's not an Athleta, but it looks like this. But it might bring up the exact item. The thing of it is, then you can go and get the keywords of what they used for what this dress was called. Now on eBay, you're not supposed to take screenshots of those professional photos of this if it was the stock photos used by the brand. I know, I know. A lot of other people use them and you see it all the time, but you're not supposed to. You can get your account or get the listing taken down or possibly a veto on it and then eventually you could probably get your account shut down. Now on Poshmark, I know a lot of people use them, and I guess some brands are more particular than others on using their stock photos. Use your own discretion on both, but on eBay I would for sure not use them. But anyhow, Athleta, and I have to do comps on that. It's really soft. It's more like a soft material. This is a Lauren Ralph Lauren 2X. Anything in Lauren Ralph Lauren plus size is a very nice find. I'm already picking up sweaters now. It's July, and it's only not quite mid-July. Already picking up sweaters. Not going super heavy on it, but really starting to pick them up, for the next season. This is very cute. Look it's got buckle, and it might be, I don't know. It could be false leather, it could be real. It should say on the tag and note that if it is. But anyways, your Lauren Ralph Lauren plus size is a nice find. And then any Ralph Lauren would really be great. And if you're not familiar, if you're newer to reselling and selling clothing, Ralph Lauren has different levels of value, quality of their items. If now that was Lauren Ralph Lauren, but then there's Ralph Lauren, and a lot of times it'll be a blue, tag label. And then there's a lot of kickoffs from this too, but just naming a few of the main. Then there's Black Label, and it'll be Ralph Lauren, and the label will be black. I don't know. It usually the ones I have found I don't think say Black Label, but the label is black. Then there's Ralph Lauren Purple, and from my understanding, that is the highest. If it's a purple tag and it's a Ralph Lauren, and they usually use really nice quality, materials. A lot of times when you get maybe like a Pima cotton or a silk or a cashmere, you're gonna find more of that. I picked this up because it's linen. It's a size 18. It's a JM collection, and this will be a plus size. But look at the color. Isn't that beautiful? And I know it's picking up stuff for summer, really, eliminating that. But this was a very nice piece, and I think it's 100% linen, and that's how come I went ahead and picked that up. This isn't going to sell for a ton, but I'd say I would like to think that this would sell between, it could be anywhere from 20 to 30, but if it gets close to the end of the summer and I got to sell it for 15, it's going to go. But I don't know if I paid up for that or not. But, we're going to try for a little bit more, obviously, than that. This is, I don't know, like a big cardigan or something. This is this is a plus size, and it's Romans, and it's a 1X, and that's how come I picked it up. It's a very nice cardigan. It's gray. It's not exactly a duster. I wouldn't consider it, but it's pretty long, and it might, if you have a hem that's not straight, asymmetrical would be a keyword to use for the hem. But this is a 1X, and this brand does, you can sell that in the plus size. I mean, it's not some big, huge, spectacular brand, but it can sell. And one thing with the plus size clothing, and I know I do some thrift hauls that are just plus size clothing, and I'll have to start doing some more. I have had some requests for some more, and I'll have to start setting it aside when I thrift. A lot of times, well, for a while there, I could get with one thrift out, at the store haul, I would have quite a few, but I've decided to kind of eliminate some of the pieces I've been picking up, and picking up stuff that might sell a little quicker and a little faster sell-through rate, even with the plus sizes. But I'll still pick up some of the brands that are not like super spectacular because it's a nice piece, or I know that it will sell. Here's a soft surrounding. This is really cute. Now this is only a petite medium and a good sit, but this one is incredibly soft, and two, these pockets are cool. They're gold. They're like a gold rhinestone, and this piece is very soft. On soft surroundings, they will also have a number, and this one spells it out really nicely. It's a little bit larger. I know it probably won't show clear here. I don't know how to get it to where, I think there's ways to make this show clear, but I don't know. But anyhow, on that tag, it has a style number. I'll be typing in. And then you might be able to just go ahead right on eBay and type soft surroundings in the style number. If it's one that usually always has a style number, you may find it like cabbie. You can for sure do that on eBay. Just go right to eBay and type the cabbie style number. But a lot of the other ones, you may have to go to Google to do that. I usually go to Google on most of the stuff, with exceptions of like cabbie and stuff. But this is a very nice piece. That ends the thrift haul. Like I said, I have another one that I'll be doing, and I picked up, I think I got maybe over 7 pieces of cashmere. With cashmere, it usually always sells. The brand, regardless of some of the brands, but I want to make a disclaimer here. I have some, it was maybe more towards the end of the season last year, but like it was the brand Tweeds, and it was cashmere. It's been sitting. And I have another one too that's been sitting that did not sell, that because it's just not a desirable brand. You may have to sell it for less. It may sell slower. That's something to really consider. Now, when you get to the pieces that are a nice brand, it should sell pretty quick if you maybe find out like a Theory one, or straight up Ralph Lauren one, or something like that. But you can pick up some of the more a little bit more average brands if it's 100% cashmere. Not to say that it isn't going to sell, but what I wanted to sell it for, I was trying 20-25 on that tweed. Well, it might have to go out for 15, and that's tough to sell one for 15 when it's 100% cashmere, isn't it? But you know what I have found, and it's really hard, and I know we probably all go through this. If you got some pieces that have been sitting for a while, and someone, let's say you're trying to sell a piece for 25, and it's worth between 20 and 25, minimum you wanted to take was 20. But if it's been sitting for a really long time, and somebody offers you 15, think about this. I know it's hard, but to think of this concept, because you really wanted to get that 20 or 25, and I went through that, but if somebody offers you 15, you have a buyer there right now. right now that item is sold. It's been in your inventory for a really long time. You need to get it moving. And especially on eBay, the more you keep your inventory moving, the more sales you're going to get, because stale inventory can pull your store down. It can, and it can slow your sales some. It really can. And you're going to want to keep your inventory moving as much as you can, and you might have to take it for 15. And by golly, I've taken them for 15, and then afterwards I'm saying to myself, I'm just like, dang it, it was worth more than that. I just sold it for this really stupid cheap price. I've done that, but you got to take the emotion out of it. And it's hard, and I understand this. It's very frustrating, especially right now, summer slowdown. I've been running a sale, and what really pisses me off is when I run a sale and then I get somebody that sends me cheap offer on an item that I already have 30% off on. Does that happen to you? And it's like frustrating, but you got to remember they're trying to get it for the least amount that they can. And it could be other resellers trying to buy it because they want to buy it and try to sell it for more. And you can just not sell it for that. You can not respond. You can respond with a higher amount again, or just decline. And what I was using that example about selling one for 15 that you really want 20 or 25, some pieces is worth it just to wait and hold out, or maybe it's just a thing with you and you particularly wanted that. And if you're not really worried about having it sitting there in inventory, and maybe especially if you're doing this more on a part-time basis, but when you're doing this on a full-time basis, it's like a machine. You got to keep this stuff moving, because the more, like I said, the more you keep your inventory moving, the more sales you're going to get. And what I do once in a while is, if sales have been slow, I'll sell something cheap, maybe one or two pieces, sometimes only one, because I call it a loss leader, because maybe that will initiate more sales. If it's, especially if it's enough, something that's not that spectacular. But I've decided to get a lot more choosy on what I pick up, brands and sell through rate, especially if I got like anywhere between 23 and 2,500 listings, usually active most of the time. I was trying to list around 15 a day, but lately, I'll admit it, I stopped doing the 7 day a week thing. It was just too much for me. I was getting burned out and tired, and I didn't have enough inventory. But you really are to do it 7 days a week. And if you can try to list enough during the week to make up for that day, you're not going to list and just keep it in the drafts and then post it on the weekend. But I know that's hard, because let's say you're already doing 15 and you got to do an extra 5 or something a day for 3 days, and you're thinking, oh. But anyhow, but a lot of it for a while there was, I didn't have enough inventory to list, because I've decided I ain't gonna just throw anything up there, just list anything. It's got to be something that's worth listing. But the average that I sell, and then like lately, I said it's been mostly over 10, but just the last couple of days it's not been great. Between 10 and 15, and that's really low. It should be 20 minimum. But I sell anywhere on an average day around 10. It could be 7, it could be 10, it could be more, 14. But see what I mean? I haven't gotten quite up to where, I was listing 15 and sell 15 every day consistently. I haven't gotten to that. But they say to do that, you have to be consistent on how much you list a day, every day, for a long period of time. I've heard it one time it could take a year. Anyhow, but I find it's usually about half. Usually, if I list 15, I sell on average around 7. That's what I have found. Just letting you know what I have found. I've been selling on eBay. It's been since about 2014 or 15, but I was very part-time, and I used to sell a lot of, some other item, categories too. I wasn't really doing clothing. In fact, I don't think I did flat out clothing. I was doing, yeah, I was doing like miscellaneous stuff. I think my very first sale though was a jacket. It might have been by guess. I can't remember. It was white. But anyhow, I did it part-time for quite a little while. Then I started ramping it up to try to be more full-time, and now it's been more full-time. Poshmark, I don't remember how. I have to look to check to see how long I've listed over there. But Poshmark was always something where I just listed a few over there that I thought would sell over there. I didn't ever list everything I listed on eBay over there. Now I've been listing more over there. And it's still not everything. And I do it manually. That's just my choice. A lot of people use, the cross listers and things like that, the apps you can buy, pay for. And Flip is free for sharing, and I use that for sharing. FLYP. I use that for sharing, but I don't use it as a lister, and I don't know if it's free to list. But anyhow, because I don't use that feature. I don't remember now. I think I did a video on it a long time ago. You could check that one out, and I probably explained there on how to do that if you'd like. But anyhow, if you'd like to check it out. But with Flip, I use that for the sharing, because the sharing is super important. Sharing your closet, and it's really hard to compete if you don't share. But I have quite a few pieces over there now, probably over 800, and that's a lot of sharing. It's easier to use the Flip, and but that's how I got in Poshmark jail, though, because I had Flip turned on too rapidly, and it was sharing too much, and I don't know if I shared some of my own in between that, and I got put in Poshmark jail, and it was for a few days, and I didn't know it at first. And if you want to check out that video, it explains to how you can figure out that you are, or things like that. But anyhow, but if you don't share too much, maybe, I don't know what I have it set on right now, but it might be every couple hours, hour and a half, hour and 45, or a couple hours. But on Poshmark, I have found the same thing. If you list every single day, and the more that you list, the more you're going to sell over there. It's just a given. And I know it's a lot of work. You think, hey, already got all these items up, something should just sell. Nah, it doesn't quite work that way. Anyhow, hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you could push the thumbs up button if you got some valuable content out of this, I'd greatly appreciate it. Go ahead and leave some comments. Many prosperous sales to you. Thank you.